Welcome to Rangers Radio on the Match Day Show, the world's one and only unique live phone-in show for Rangers supporters all over the world. Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972. It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Rangers Radio. Joining me today, I'm AK. Joining me today out of your sick beds is Albert. How you doing, pal?
I'm great, pal. How are you?
Same as you, mate. Bummed up with a cold. But we're no came our roof. We show up for our work.
Oh, we'll definitely show up. All the time, mate, we'll show up. So apart from the cold, I'm fine, mate. Absolutely fine. Looking forward to the football.
Yeah, definitely. Well, it's semi-final day today. Rangers are involved against Heart of Midlothian at Hampden Park. Full house crowd expected. You got the team there, Albert, for people joining us?
I did have it, but I've lost it. You'll let you read it out, but I've lost it. It's not up.
Right, well, I don't have to try and find it then. Right, there we go. Right, starting line-up today. We've got Butland in goals, Tavernier, Suter, Balogun, Sterling, Lundstrom, Diamonde, Cantwell, Matondo, Sima and Dessers. On the bench, we've got subs McCrory, Goldson, Silva, Lawrence, Dow, Roof, Barisic, Raskin and McCausland. Would you make of that?
Well, on form, the ones that get dropped should have been dropped. So on form, it sounds the right team. All we need now is the boys that's come in to actually start playing well. We need to my mind, we need a bit of inspiration, a bit of a spark to get going. We really do, mate. The last few games has been pretty dire, so I just a spark, just something to get us going. It just looks flat. So hopefully with the changes, that'll sort of give us a spark and somebody actually has a good game for a change. I know that sounds ridiculous, but it's true. There's no many had a good game the last 3-4 games, are they?
Nah, well, we're in a rut. There's no doubt about that. Our form the last five league matches, 5 points, isn't good enough. We know that. So the players put her into that rut. Clement's made a bold decision, a strong decision. He needed to. By the way, he could have dropped Lundstrom just as well. But I think availability of players is maybe restricted him. If Ridvan had been available, who knows whether he'd have put Sterling into the midfield and dropped Lundstrom as well. But strong call with the manager. A lot of were looking for that, and our managers come up with it.
I mean, it's going to be done, mate. It's just first and foremost, I think he's dropping like Golson and Silva and Lawrence. Because they're not at the races, mate. The three of them are not at the races. It's a fact. We've watched it. So he had to do something regarding form, mate. Forget about inspiration and sparks for that. He just had to do something with on form. Now, I'm not saying Balogun will come and play brilliant. I hope he does. All the rest of the boys, like Matondo and that, you don't know. But one thing's for sure, the three that get dropped, and I'm saying dropped. I'm not saying it's a tactical. I'm saying they get dropped. Had to go by the way. They had to come out the team. It was a shame because Golson especially. Golson was struggling badly, really struggling badly.
Well, sometimes you need to get took out the firing line for your own good as well as the team's good, and the supporters aren't daft, Albert. You know, we see what we're watching, and we critique what we're watching. We're not liking what we're watching because we're not getting the results. I think availability of players is kind of restricted the manager on who he can bring out and who he can put in. I mean, Diamonde's appeared back in the team, so he must get the thumbs up for the boss. Did you see what I did there?
Aye. See what you done, mate. Come on. Don't you start that Fox stuff with me. Or Oak stuff with me, by the way. Aye, he's right. He had to read Diamonde. It wouldn't be hard to walk into that midfield, let's be honest about it, mate. There's nobody in there to show them out. So I expected him to come back, and I wasn't expecting him to get time off for a wee operation in his hand, depending what it was, right, I suppose. But you're expecting if he could have left that to pre-season, he should have left it to pre-season. But anyway, it's done now. He's back and he's in. So let's see what happens with him. Matondo has a good game. If it goes the way I think it's going to go and they're going to come on to us, this might be the ideal game for Seamer and Matondo, you know what I mean, to use their pace in behind. So I've got a feeling they're going to come on to us because we Naismith's been out blowing his trumpet all week about what they're going to do and how well they're playing and talking about the Rangers players and all that. So if that doesn't motivate them, I don't know what does motivate them. They just, you can't have basically opposition managers coming out and calling you a bottler and no doing anything about that, mate. It's just not right. You can't do that. So I hope it wakens the whole squad up. And we know they can play good football, the Rangers team. We know they're good players in there. We've seen it. It's just they're not playing well the new for whatever reason. Everybody's coming up with theories and blah, blah, blah. But the fact of the matter is we're not playing well. That's all it is. We're just not playing well. So we bit of inspiration, we spark today. That's what we're looking for.
Aye. Well, that was a good link up there, Albert. You're getting a dab hand at this. I believe Fox has got our manager, Mr. Philip. Come on, give us a wee insight into his thoughts for today's game.
Very exciting because it's 2 games away of a trophy. So they had experience already at Hampden with the semi-final last time and winning the League Cup. So everybody's really hungry to repeat that and win another trophy. Of course, Hearts have a much better preparation towards this semi-final, but it is what it is. But after the frustration, of course, you want to react as fast as possible. So in that way, it's a good way that we can play on Sunday again. Everybody was disappointed after losing points. Also after playing a really bad game against Ross County. Playing a better game, but not a top game yet against Dundee, and we need to make a step further forward to win against Hearts. We know we need to raise our level and play better, but I feel a lot of hunger and desire in the squad.
You touched on the League Cup there. How can that success help the squad in the latter stages of this competition and having that experience already?
It's important to have experience in those things, and also it creates even more hunger and desire to have it again, because it was one of the great days that we had already this season together, with a lot of joy, with the fans together, everybody having a good party, and also winning a trophy. It's something that stays forever. If you see all these happy faces from the fans in the stands and all the passion and desire for more, that's what you do it for, and also the players.
I think you spoke before about the domestic cup competitions and how much they mean here in Scotland. Is that maybe something that surprised you coming in here?
No, not really, because I knew Scotland was really passionate about football. That was also one of the reasons to come. But I like it in that way, and it's also nice to have this semi-final in Hampden. It's another atmosphere also in that way. In Belgium you have semi-final in 2 games, so it's different, home and away. So yeah, it's really nice build-up towards the games also.
Yeah, I know you don't like to talk about yourself too often, but what is it like as a manager leading a team into a fixture like this?
Same as in the other moments, to be honest. I know I've been so many times in these situations. I've been lucky, also maybe not lucky, but I've worked hard all my life to have a lot of situations like that, and luckily I've been in a situation to win also many as a manager and as a player. So you know these circumstances, and it's what I embrace. I like this tension, the excitement, the desire, the will to win trophies. That's why we are here.
In terms of the game, how different are the challenges, given it obviously is a knockout competition as opposed to a league fixture?
Yeah, it's different. It's all or nothing. So it's heaven or hell. But those are the things to embrace. That's why you are in a club like Rangers, that losing is hell, or losing points is hell, and winning trophies is heaven, and you work to have heaven as much as possible. So if you work in a mediocre club where they don't mind if you lose points along the way, you will not win trophies. So it's something for the players and managers to embrace.
Just a word on Hearts. It is the 5th time you've come up against them since coming in as manager. What do you expect from them at the weekend?
It's a good team with a lot of good players. They can score easily, of course, with Shankland, who doesn't need much to score goals. They're a disciplined team who work really hard. So for us it will be doing what we did before, working really hard to have possession of the ball, to create the right spaces and to finish off the job. So the last 2 games we were not efficient enough to take the points, and that's what we're going to need also on Sunday, to be efficient and to take the moments.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972? It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
Magic. Thanks for that, Fox. Interesting words again for the gaffer, Albert. What's your thoughts on what he had to say?
He's honest enough, isn't he? He's trying to be upbeat, and why shouldn't he be? We're in a good position this season, apart from a few daft points dropped that we really shouldn't have done. So overall, we're in a decent position. We're not playing well, of course we're not, but we're in this position now. Nothing's settled yet, so you never know in football. Anything can happen in football, you know what I mean? And let's hope it does. But starting with the day, he's just telling you he's looking forward. The players are looking forward to it. You've got to believe that. You can't call that into question and say he's telling lies about that. He's telling you how he feels and how he sees the players doing. So makes you optimistic, a wee bit more optimistic than we were after the Dundee game anyway, I'll tell you that.
Well, it's a different environment, it's a different competition, as you say there. The last time we were at Hampden, we come back with a trophy and we beat Hearts in the semi-final. And the last time, good performance, good second half performance, at least, and ran out comfortable 3-1 winners. People are joining us all the time there. Have we got the team there now for you, Albert?
Aye, I've got it now, right. And I'm not reading that Hearts team out, so if you want to read that out while you're in, mate. Anyway, here we go. Butland, Tavernier, Suter, Balogun, Sterling, Lundstrom, Diamondi, Cantwell, Matondo, Seamer and Dessers. Substitutes: McCory, Golson, Silva, Lawrence, Dowell, Roof, Barisic, Raskin and McCausland. Hey, yeah, there's Ben Davis. He didn't even go in the bench. he get dropped for the bench, you know what I mean?
That's a skill to get dropped for your work when you're not done nothing. I'll give for those interested in the Hearts team today. We've got Craig Gordon making a return to Angola. I don't know whether they've done that before with the cup competition, but they've got Kent, Kingsley, Beningame, Grant, Shankland, Atkinson, Devlin, Rills, Forrest and Vargas. On their bench, if I can read this, hold on, Clark, Oda, Mackay, Cochrane, Derham, Tate, Fraser, Tagawa, and I'm not even pronouncing that last one. But I looked at the Hearts lineup in previous games. Obviously, we've played them 5 times already, so Comon's familiar with them. He earmarked Shankland as their main man. Obviously, his stats single him out that way, but the young boy, Georgie Vargas, has become their penalty taker. He's also set up Shankland a few times. Georgie Grant, I should say, and Vargas is his usually his partner in crime up front. So they've got some danger men we need to take care of as well, Albert.
Oh, I mean, they're not a bad team, Hearts. You're no third in the league if you're a bad team, put it that way. So they've done well. They're semi-final and they're third in the league. So, aye, well played to them, mate. But I think we've got enough to beat them. No bother. I'm going to say no bother, but we'll get enough to beat them anyway. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with how it pans out. But I'm just keyed off about what Naismith's saying. That's the thing. You can't get away with that. Rangers can't let him away with that. So this needs to be a statement needs to be laid down, not just to him, but Scottish football about this. The days of just taking pot shots at Rangers are over, mate, without a response. They're over. We're not doing this anymore. We're not letting them away with this nonsense. So as far as I'm concerned, every one of the Rangers players should be told before they get there. This needs to be a statement today. First and foremost, win the game and get through to the final. Obviously, aye. But don't limp over the line. Go out and get it done properly.
Well, that's becoming anybody wearing the jersey, isn't it? I mean, we're going to take knocks or bumps in the road, as Clement describes, but you pick yourself up, you dust yourself down, you don't feel sorry for yourself. There are too many thousands out there hanging on, the result for the weekend and then take it into next weekend. So that's what playing for our club did. You can't afford to feel sorry for yourself. Get on with it. As you say, there's still a national competition there to be won. We're still in the league. Nothing's been decided yet, but we can't feel sorry. It's up many times we've said it. Attitude, application. If you're not willing to give everything in the park for that jersey, then you're questioning yourself,
Shouldn't be here, mate. It's as simple as that. You shouldn't be here. Should be rooted out. And of course, it's like what interviews for jobs. You interview people for jobs, and when they interview, they're brilliant, and they get the job, and they turn out to be rubbish at their job. Same with football players. You never know how they're going to pan out. But one thing they should understand is the Rangers support and the Rangers management and the Rangers board are not going to accept second best name ever, mate. They're wanting everything you go. You might not be the best football player in the world, but with everything in your tank we want. We're not having you doing things at half pace or half measures. It's everything all in. So if you sign with Rangers, it's all in for now on, because we've signed some real duds in the past, and we can't afford to do that anymore. So starting again today, we keep restarting. We keep saying the league game, start the day. Well, we've got to start somewhere, because the fact of the matter is we've let ourselves down in the last 4 weeks or 3 weeks. So it's time to pick it up. And you're right, feeling sorry for yourself, not acceptable, not interested in players that feel sorry for themselves, not interested at all.
Yeah, well, what comes with the territory, the bad results, the Bears start to question the character and mentality, and not just the players, but the manager as well. He's got to be seen to making some strong decisions. Sterling kind of made comment the other day, and people were, applauding it. Other ones were saying, well, that thing should be kept in-house. But to be fair, I'm the side of the fence where I actually applaud the young man for coming out there and, telling us how it is, because the Rangers supporters, you can't cover our eyes. We know what we see, and there's obvious things in there that we don't know about. But this is an opportunity here to get to a cup final, and who knows, it might keep on for the rest of the season. The
good thing about the Sterling one, it proved a point. I mean, I know everybody's jumping on the bandwagon. It's good, it's bad, whatever your views is your views, but it proved a point that media training it's just a facade, and it tells you lies. So it works both ways. If you're going out there and saying the boy Sterling shouldn't have said it, then he's no proper media training yet, he's not up to speed. But that's what he's actually thinking. That's the truth. He's told you the truth. The same goes for Lamont, come out and says we played well. So that can't be the truth either, can it? So it works both ways. He's had media training. He knows what to say. So that's the way I was taking it. I'm saying, well done. The boy he's frustrated. You can see the boy's frustrated. They're on at that press conference. They all piled in the top of him. You can see they're all firing questions. They couldn't wait to ask him a question. They think they'll go on the ropes, and we'll go a headline here. Oh, this is going to be superb. We're going to get a few headlines for a few days out of this. But well played to the boy. Well played to the boy. He told you how it is, and he told you how he feels, and he's telling you how he's looking about the dressing room, how he's feeling about the players about the dressing room. Good. And I hope he's in there and the ball started going, who are you talking about? Who are you talking about? Because I think the big boy's the sort of guy that would turn around and say, you. I'm talking about you, and I'm talking about A2, I know. Because I'll tell you one thing, if you're going to take him on, you better be able to hold yourself, because he's a lumpy boy.
I agree with you, pal. But this is a phone-in show, people. Come in and give us your thoughts. So let's hear from you.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972. It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
You're right there, pal. Sometimes honesty is the best policy, but we'll leave that there, and just hopefully the players get the right reaction that Clement's looking for. But I forgot to give the officials for the day, and I hope they don't have an influence in the game like they did yesterday at our Cup semi-final, Aberdeen and them. So we've got Stephen McLean as the referee, and our linesman is Dougie Porter, Craig Ferguson, never heard of him. We've got Kevin Clancy, fourth official, and we've got our good friend Willie Collum in VAR.
I'm just depressed on it. It's just depressing. You think about that wee clown on VAR. I mean, here we go again. Aye, well, I've never watched their game yesterday, but I heard there was controversial decisions made in that game. But again, we all know the referees and VARs favour them all the time. So That doesn't matter. That doesn't matter, mate. We've got this game. I'm concentrating. This game. This is your game. This is your time to shine or get a result. So it's all about results. I'd love us to play well, put the statement down, but first and foremost, win the game. I suppose that's what it's all about. Get yourself into the final. Nobody wants to lose a semi-final. So it's definitely important we win this game.
Mm-hmm. So going back to the team again, Albert, the changes we've made today. We've got Golson has been demoted to the bench for Balogun. We've got Dow demoted, and we've got Silva demoted, Matondo and Diamondi coming back in the team. Do you agree with the changes?
Absolutely, 100%, mate. 3 players off form, definitely off form. Forget about the reasons. They're off form, so they shouldn't be in the team. And it should be this way for everybody, mate. Not just they 3, everybody. Golson, for example, is struggling. I never did particularly like the guy as a football player. Probably as a guy, he's a nice guy. No, I don't know the guy personally, but as a football player, he's not my cup of tea. But one thing you can't label him, he turned up for every game. Every game he was fit, he turned up and played. He never shirked away if he played. I'll give him that. 100%, he turned up. He's just no playing. So any legacy the guy's got forever long, he's going to remain here. You don't want to be ruined by putting him into his half form. And people make a fool of him. I don't want that to happen to him. I don't want that to happen to Tav either. So he should be taken out of the team. He should, because he's struggling badly. Don't know if Balogun's going to be the answer, if he's got the legs or what, blah, blah, blah. But Golson's no playing well, mate. Nobody can deny that. Silver's a waste of time. Complete and utter waste of time. Giving that boy too many chances. Go with the big reputation, the big transfer fee, everything. He walks about if he's Billy Big Boots. He walks about if he's a world star. You're going, well, that carry on is one thing, and he's rolling about like a big lass. I see he stopped that now. And don't get me wrong, he was getting fouled, and I'm going to emphasise that, keep on emphasising that. He was getting fouled in these tackles. His reaction was silly and stupid. But at the end of the day, the boy needs to be very level-headed and say to himself, look, I'm at this wee country, Scotland, and I should be starring. I should be on everybody's lips and everybody going, that's some player, I know. If only we could afford him. What a player he is. What we're saying, we can't wait to get rid of him and go, 35 minutes. Wolves have been stung with him. That's what we're saying now after we've seen him. And that's a fact, mate. But to be fair to him, better players than him have took longer to settle into clubs. So he's only on a 6-month loan period. So it's a wee bit unfair to say, well, just you play brilliant right away, because other players there, well, very few do it. Very, very few do come to a new club and play brilliant right away. Very few. So that's a wee bit in his favour. But being in the team, no, he's not playing good enough. Lawrence has had his go as well. He's, in fact, the Dingwall game and the Dundee game, even the Celtic game, in the first half especially, it was woeful, just woeful. So he should be at the team as well. So the 3 subs, or the three of them on the bench, that's the right thing to do, isn't it? I don't know, how do you feel about it?
I'm in agreement with you there. I think he's got to make a statement to the dressing room, because the performances hadn't been good enough individually and collectively. So you can't take your starting jersey for granted, and that's the message that he should be sending to Golson. And by the way, Tavernier and Lundstrom are the same. They should be looking over their shoulder too. If Lundstrom doesn't start this game well and he starts to hide the way he's been doing the last couple of games, I wouldn't have a problem. You bring in Barisic on, left back and pushing Sterling into midfield. Or you've got the option also to bring, who else in there? Raskin, you could bring on for him as well. Just depending on how the game's going. Matondo starts today, but if he doesn't play well, McCausland should be jumping it a bit to get out there and gain influence in the game. You've got Silva, obviously. It's up to him what his attitude's going to be like. Is he going to still the petty lip because he's not starting a big game, or is he going to come out there and show he should be starting again? Because that's the attitude we're looking for. So we've got options on the bench here that can make a positive influence on the team, but hopefully the starting 11 is good enough to get ahead of Hearts and get the result we're looking for. Absolutely,
mate. I'm confident enough that we'll get the players to do it if they all turn up. No problem with that. It's the turning up bit we've got a problem with. We don't know if they're going to turn up. And that's a fact. Anybody says it's no, it is a fact. So far in the last 4 games, they've no turning up. So this is a semi-final. So we're expecting them to turn up. They expect them to turn up and win. No comfortable, but put the statement down. But as I keep on saying, win the game. Any result, win the game. That's what counts in semi-finals. It really does. But getting back to Silva, I mean, he's disappointed when he comes off. You can see he's shaking heads and he's huffy and all this carry on. I hope when he's coming off, he's shaking his head and huffy because of the way he's played, not because he's coming off, not because the manager's made a decision on him. He should be disappointed with himself and disgusted with himself for his performance. I think he should be expecting his standards to be a lot higher than that, what he's producing, you know what I mean? So, to that point, I'm hoping it's frustration, his part going, I should be doing better. I'm not playing well at all. I need to work something out here. I need to try harder or whatever it is that needs to get him to play better. But I don't want him coming off that part and shaking his head at the manager and no talking to the manager. And I think that is the case because he never even shook the manager's on. He just walked straight. The twice he's been took off, he just walked away straight onto the bench. And you're sitting saying, well, he's gave you the chance to show what you've got. And he keeps on giving you the chance to show you. You're not showing anything. You're not producing anything. You're not affecting the games. You're not contributing to the games. Your job keeps saying Cantwell, Seaman, Matondo, and him are all there to create chances and score goals. That's what they're there to do. They either create chances for Dessers or anybody else for that matter, and they score goals. That is their primary job. Same as I keep saying about Tavernier. His primary job is to defend. The goals and all that are extra. But to do your primary job well, and that's if you're saying that about Tav, you've got to say that about all these forwards and all these midfielders. Your primary job, like Diamondi, get in Lundstrom, get a hold in the midfield, close it down. You get a hold of that midfield. You make that solid that they can't get through you. You win the ball back and get to the football players. That's your job today, Cantwell. You're there to create and score goals. I don't understand why this is so difficult. It's like getting your left winger and going, he's not very good going forward. He doesn't score and he doesn't create. He's not a bad defender. That's garbage, isn't it? What's that about? Well, anyway, I'm away in a rant, innit?
I know. I'm just letting you go there, Isa. I'm not like I'll let you go. But no, listen, see, if I have got a wee bit of concern today, it is in the midfield role, and I think you're quite right to highlight that. To be honest with you, Albert, because the way Hearts set up, it's a back three, it's a five in the midfield, and it's a top two that they play. So there is a chance that we could get outnumbered there. But having said that, it's really down to the forward line, your Diamondi, your Cantwell and Matondo, and Seema, obviously, just to sink in there and help out your teammates if you feel as if you're getting overwhelmed a wee bit. That's what you do as a team. You collectively, everything's got to be working in tandem for the whole team to generate to full capacity. So if the forward line see that the midfield is getting outnumbered, you need to dig in. It's a team effort. Don't be individuals. Don't sulk. Don't go into your shell if you're not playing well. Wear that jersey with pride. Puff it, the chest out, and let's get in about them. Because undoubtedly, the stats say we are the better team than Hearts. Our previous results prove it. I think it's is it 12, 17 matches? I'm not sure. I think they mentioned 17 the other night, but I look back, and I think the last defeat we had against Hearts was the time where they beat us 1-0 in the Scottish Cup. Gerrard was the manager at Tynecastle, so we've got their number in the last 3-4 seasons. Just get out there and prove it. But I tell you, one glaring omission, though, Scott Wright, our super sub at Hampden, he's not there to save us today. I hope that doesn't come back to bite us.
Aye. Oh, yeah, that's all we need, isn't it? Blaming Scott Wright for not being on the bench or on the park. Anyway, in a bad way, we're depending on Scott Wright, aren't we? Really, honestly. We keep saying about motivation and the players turning up and all that carry on, and it really is down to a spark, isn't it? Somebody in the team needs to give us the spark, and if we get a spark and the others respond to it, the whole season can take off again. And that's to my mind, that's what's lacking. This spark, this inspiration to say, right, no, I mean, somebody have an outstanding moment, an outstanding game. And I can't truly say that I can put my hand up and say, well, the last 5 games, I can pick a man of the match. You're picking men of the match, but you're not convinced that they are man of the match because you're not thinking we've got a man of the match because nobody actually is that inspiration, that spark within the team. So who's going to spark us? Well, you're expecting guys like Cantwell, Seema, Matondo, Dessers, all these type of Diamond, you expecting all these players to spark us into life. Tavernier will do his bit because he always does his bit. That's the good thing about Tav. No, I mean, he will. If there's a chance to be taken and it comes to him, he'll a fair chance he'll score. It's a fair chance he'll score, even for free kicks, penalty kicks. It's a fair chance he's scoring. No, I mean, so he does provide it, but we're needing more than that. We're needing more than just waiting for Tavernier to produce something. We need the other players to come to the party. That's for us. Let's hope it's the day, mate. I'm just really hoping it's the day.
I agree with you, pal. I agree with you. But anyway, this is a phone-in show. Come on, Bears. We've got quarter an hour before we finish up, so let's hear from you.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972? It's your show. It's your platform. Let's hear from you.
So the bookies I've got as his favourite for today, all bare on paper anyway. Rangers are 5-2 on. The draw is 7-2 and Hearts are 13-2. I've done a wee bet builder today for anybody that's interested in following us. I don't know if you've got the access to Bet365 or anything like that yourself. So if you want to follow me, I've done Rangers to win the day, both teams to score, Tavernier anytime, Shankland anytime, Seema anytime, over 8 corners in both teams to have yellow cards, and that comes in at 35-1. So you put a wee 5 spot on that, you've won more than what Southside did in the Super 6.
I cashed out at £1.47 with Super 6.
Did you take all their advice?
Aye, I cashed out, mate. I'm not going to lose my £5. I'll lose £3 something. He was unlucky yesterday, to be fair. He was unlucky.
To be fair, I was talking to him late last night, and he done one of the silly accumulators that he picked out the last time and won. Now was it 226-1? The teams in South America that he couldn't spell and didn't know who they are. He done one again last night, and one team let him down. Some Brazilian team lost a goal in the 85th minute. He was raging. Man, I wish he would give us that info rather than the duffers he keeps giving us. But anyway, back there again. Shankland is no doubt their number one goal threat. Tavernier is ours. So it depends, who's got the most contribution to the game.
Hello?
Yeah, hello. I believe we've been joined by Carol for Southend. How you doing, pal?
I'm doing all right. I just phoned up, as I says to the guy, in case you were lonely. But I was going to phone him Friday. I said, no, let somebody else phone in, but nobody did. So, good move, I think, dropping Goldson. Well, I hope it's a good move. And Silver. And I'm still not sure that Cantwell should be there, but I don't know who else we've got. Because I think we don't need wee prancing ponies. We need somebody to get stuck in and not be petty on if anything goes against them,
Yep, I agree with that, Albert.
The thing we can't rule, Carol, is prancing pony. You could call him that, but I don't mind him being a prancing pony as long as he prances up on their half, last third of the park and creates chances and scores. I'm all for that, mate. But if he's prancing about outside his own 18-yard box and trying to nutmeg people and trying to be fancy in the middle of the park and it gets you nowhere, I'm no for that. I agree with you there, mate. I'm no for that at all.
That's what I mean. But I want to see him more up in the final third, which is very rarely now,
You're right, mate. I'm the same. I don't see why he's mincing about there. You've got Lundstrom, you've got Diamandi in there now, and you had most games you have 2 holding midfielders in there, and I don't see the reason for him being in with that far back because his best chance of being effective for the team is in the last third. And I don't mind him doing I don't mind him doing his tricks and flicks there if it produces something, mate. Not just doing tricks and flicks to show off, look how good I am. Do the flicks and tricks to produce something. I've not a problem with any player.
He done that in one of the last couple of games outside the box when he was up at the 18-yard box. I can't even remember if it was Ross County or Dundee, because there was that many alcohol involved watching it. He done that. He had a couple of good tricks, but none came of it, you know.
See, that's the
He's got to
problem,
be
isn't it?
decisive.
Well, like, see, the
He's got to
Dundee
be
game,
decisive.
we see the Dundee game, he put a beautiful ball through to Seamer. A beautiful ball. See, Mike Seamer should have finished it. And bear in mind, that game only took one goal to win it. That's all they took to win that game.
I know.
So, to that point, he
one
did
ball a
create...
game isn't enough, is it?
No,
For
it's
Rangers,
no,
one ball a game is not enough.
No, it's
no,
no,
this season anyway.
I know, but
Albert, she getting back to Cal's point, there was a point in the season where Tavernier was actually telling Cantwell to stay in his position, to hold that midfield role and to stop drifting out yet. Because the petty lip was coming on him because he was getting shoved out in the right. And I think it was it Lawrence that was taking up that position there? Or, who was it, Lammers even, earlier in the season. So Cal's got a point there, but it's up to Cantwell to prove that he's good enough there. Because these players are playing for their future at our club. It's not just about this season, it's their future under Clement, so they need to be showing more than what they're doing.
Totally agree. Right, I've got to go because I've got to get my beers out the cooler.
All right, well, thanks for joining us anyway.
Right, okay, and I hope I don't lose my bets today.
Right, mate. What is your bets? What is your bets?
2-0. 3-1, 3-0. For us, of course.
Aye, hopefully.
All the best, mate. What happens in you?
I couldn't have been doing 1-0, could I? There's no chance of us keeping a clean sheet at 1-0. That's what the paddy liners for. Right, I better go. Bye.
Hey, pal. Bye.
Okay, cheers for joining us. Oh, well, short and sweet, Albert.
That's it, short and sweet. Mate, to the point. To the point. But basically what everybody's saying is what we're all saying. We all see it. You can't kid everybody on. You can't kid people. Some of the people some of the time, but no other people all the time. That's definitely true, mate, because we see what's happening. Cantwell is a show pony. That's a fact. But as I say, on the right areas, he can be really, really good, effective show pony. You know what I mean? He can be. He's got the talent to do it. But again, it's people want him to run back and tackle, and I'm going, what a waste of a player. What a waste of a player. It's all right if he does it, but if you keep on doing it now, say like it's a tough game, if you're running towards your own goal more than you're running towards the opposition goal, it's just wasting a talented player, mate. You need to design your team to get these players into the game in the right parts of the park so they can affect it. It's that's just the way it is. That's the way I see football. But there again, I don't see the modern game. I don't understand the modern game, to be perfectly honest with you. A million passes to go nowhere.
He needs to be clever enough to acknowledge that what Clement is saying to him, because I'm sure there was a programme there recently where they actually identified Lionel Messi as he's coming towards the end of his career. He doesn't have the same energy to run about the park, so he's conserving a lot of energy. You watch a lot of the Argentina games there in the World Cup. Messi's, he's looking kind of no interest, disinterested in the midfield, just walking about as the boys getting played round about the park. But as soon as it comes out his side, he's looking to burst into that space, and that's what Cantwell. I think that's what Clement is telling Cantwell. You just hold your area so as you're available for that area of the park, and then you can go in and damage our opponents.
Exactly, mate. That's the game against them at Parkhead is a classic example of how not to do it. Don't have him doing what he's doing, or don't let him allow him to do what he's doing about pulling the ball down and then waiting too long, drawing all the players in. They're just crowding about, absolutely crowding about. They've done it with Big Tillman as well. They hacked him. They booted him or other players because they were terrified of him. The boy is a player, so they shut him down right away. Cantwell's the same. They know he's a player, shut him down right away. But that's where you got to use your brains, isn't it? That's where the player himself's got to use his brains and say, okay, I've got them in here now. I've pinged the pass away. Now let the three of them come out of me, two come out of me. That's fine. But your teammates have got to give you a horn. They've got to read the play as well as you read it. If you move into a position and he doesn't give you the ball, you've got a complaint. But if you don't move into a position, he doesn't give you the ball, you've no complaint whatsoever. And the guy's got to hold on to it too long. That's what happened at Park. Well, that's what I seen it happen at Park. He never had a good game. So, and I'm seeing it the new as well. You've got to get your creative players into the game. That's just what it is. You've just got to get them into the game and then say to them, right, show us what you've got now. Then you just get him at the right back and see him at the right back and say, right, show us what you've got. You're going, he's got full into the park to go yet. He's give it halfway, at least halfway in their half and give him a fighting chance. Anyway, that's
so it's fair to say we see Cantwell as a key player for us winning the game. Anybody else that sticks out to you? I mean, obviously Dessers returns to the team and Roof drops to the bench today. Do you think he could have an influence on the game? Seema?
Well, the way things, the way things have been going is the defence is not very good, so it's down to the midfield and the forwards to pull them out a whole lot of time, and I think that's going to be the same today because I've tipped 3-2 to Rangers. Right, it's definitely all the forwards. I don't mean one for all the forwards need to come to the party today, and they all need to start scoring and have creating chances and taking shots, and the midfield as well with Diamandi. Lundstrom will never go up and shoot with any great effect. No, normally anyway. Hope he proves me wrong with that today. But you know what I'm saying. He doesn't normally do it. But all the forward lines, all the forwards, all the midfielders like Cantwell, Seema, Matondo, Dessers, and Diamandi, they all need to come in. They all need to create and score today. There's no doubt about it. But they need to create and score today. And then the icing on the cake, Tavernier comes up with one of his beauties.
That would be. Was it the Hearts game, the League Cup game, where he came up with the free kick?
Yeah.
He scored a belter that day. He's obviously scored in the final, the winner on the final day. But did we look at that actual 3-2 you mentioned there? 3-2 Rangers win the day, 25-1. So a wee 5 spot on that, you'll win more than at Southside did.
Poor Southside. He's going to chuck me in this, I'll tell you. He's ready for chucking it.
It's all right. He's hard that on the day. I think he hammed him with his big mucker, Big Stevie. So I hope he has a good day and everybody in blue has a good day as well. So that's us in the rundown now to the final, the starting whistle. So it's the nerves are there. You'll be watching it behind the telly, the same as the rest of us. The telly, the couch. The couch.
It depends what Rangers turns up, doesn't it? It just depends what Rangers turns up. It can be a very enjoyable game. From your point of view, Rangers turn up. But if they don't turn up, we're back to behind the couch again, peeking out, oh no. But anyway, I'm confident they're going to turn up. I'm confident they're going to turn up every game, right enough. So until it's no possible anywhere, anything, we're in everything. And this is the next step. So come on, the Rangers.
Yeah, absolutely. So you're going for 3-2 today. Yep. I hope you're right. Any victory all day. Personally, I can see maybe a 2-1 or a 3-1, but as long as Rangers are through to the final, then that's what we're looking for. So, anybody following that bet builder, I hope it comes up for you. And hopefully that's as we book our place in the final. But thanks for joining us today, Albert. Thanks to our Takey team. Thanks for Cal phoning up and everybody that's listening. So everybody enjoy the game. We'll be back roughly about 15 minutes after the final whistle. It might go to extra time. It might go to penalties. Who knows? But Fox says he doesn't hope so. So is because that'll burn his dinner. But thanks everybody for joining us. So enjoy the game. Come on, the Rangers.
We are the Rangers FC. We are the people, you better believe. We are together, we're doing the bouncy all over the world. We had our troubles, but now they are gone. They tried to kill us, but the Bears we stood strong. We are together, doing the bouncy all over the world. Lucia by Bronx for Lancer and Dream. Follow, and God save the Queen. You'll hear us singing, doing the bouncy all over the world. In Barcelona in 72, we beat the Russians, but 3 goals to 2. So celebrating, doing the bouncy all over the world. Glasgow Rangers are back where we belong. Blue sea of Ibrox, and we're still going strong. We wear our colours, the red, white and blue. We wear them proudly like blue noses do. We are together doing the bouncy all over the world. The pride of Scotland, but that's nothing new. The pride of Glasgow, and Glasgow is blue. We are together doing the bouncy all over the world. To be a blue nose, it fills us with pride. We are united, we'll never divide. We are together doing the bouncy all over the world. Doing the bouncy all over the world. Doing the bouncy all over the world.